Previously on Deck of Many Aces. Raina Riftwood, you're under arrest for the use of charmed person against a civilian. As you drift off to sleep, you start dreaming of incredible vistas of pink and purple crystals. You get a really strong sense of familiarity. You wake up and this entire time you have been singing. The guards that are sort of stationed immediately outside your and the cells of the others are all leaning against the bars of your cell, completely enraptured.
Is it a gravity gun? Is it a gravity gun?
The murder weapon!
It appears to be some kind of weapon, not too dissimilar to the one that you saw earlier. This is very clearly some kind of flamethrower. To Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made with actual asexuals.
Mommy, sorry.
Stop. We are a group of people who identify as somewhere on the aromantic and or asexual spectrum, except for Am, who identifies somewhere on the cursed TikTok spectrum. And we're all playing 5th edition D&D with a twist. Everybody's characters past, present and future is based on a card drawn from the Deck of Many Things. I am Ellie, I use she, her pronouns, and I will be your DM today, your demisexual, not mummy, anything but mummy.
Multi-level marketing scheme?
Yes.
Men loving men.
I am your demisexual MLM. What does it mean? Does it mean men loving men, or does it mean multi-level marketing scheme?
I don't know. Wait, what does the M stand for?
Multi-level marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Would y'all like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm Am, and I play a little lad who loves berries and cream.
Oh
No, I will not.
Go
I'm
away.
going to keep this bit going. I play Tosia Atherdale, the party battlemaster and fighter. I'm excited to take some bad guys to justice
Hopefully.
by using rigorous bureaucratic laws. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Chloe, and I'm playing Raina Riftwood, the Tabaxi Bard, who has just sort of accidentally escaped from jail and is most likely going to end up back in it.
Lol.
Oh, I use she, her pronouns, and so does Raina.
Yes, good.
I am Eiriol. I forgot my own name for a second then.
Wow, on brand.
And I am playing Delphi, who is a Growfolk warlock. And I use she, they, and Delphi uses she, her pronouns. And Delphi's not going to be doing bureaucratic nonsense. Delphi is entirely without bureaucracy.
Yeah.
No bureaucracy in this tree.
No.
There's an episode title. No bureaucracy in this tree.
No bureaucracy in this tree.
Wow, episode title already.
Damn, we are here.
Speed
We're
running
here.
the
We've
episode.
arrived.
End the episode, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm taking a cough break for a second.
Oh, horrible sounds in my ear.
Good episode content.
At least putting it in.
That was some good ASMR.
COVID ASMR,
You can catch
baby.
all of Katie's coughs on our Patreon.
I've taken like 5 tests in the past week. I don't have COVID.
Oh, honey.
Hi, I'm Katie. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and I am playing Morgan, the wizard who uses she, her pronouns and can fly.
I love that you add that on, like, at the end of every introduction. And yet, the number of times Morgan has flied is maybe twice.
Slide?
Bestie, flied?
Slide.
Flied?
Flied is a treat.
Listen, I'm really tired.
I'm really tired. I'm
Oh, okay, it's cool. I was gonna say something even more cursed, but that's good enough.
Oh, Eiriol, you sound just like my mother.
God, I hate all of you.
I was gonna say, okay, mummy, it's cool, and then ruin the podcast forever.
It's already
why
ruined.
is this just cursed content? Absolutely cursed content.
That's what we bring.
Okay, I'm uncursing this podcast. Let's go.
Play some D&D.
Are we here? Are we at the recap? What happened last time? Does anyone remember?
You know I don't.
Raina got arrested.
And then unarrested
beginning.
herself.
Yes.
Yeah, and then later on she accidentally escaped because of weird bard magic that she doesn't understand.
Oh yeah, earlier on Chloe's Twitch stream, which you can check out every Sunday, she was streaming The Sims this week, and it was great. I said that I'd been doing a lot of maths, and I'm very excited because dice and maths and hitting things. However, the truth is, I was looking at how much bail costs in the US. May I say,
Yes.
America,
Oh,
why? America, what are you doing?
I love fantasy bureaucracy, baby.
Okay, so no, this is genuinely quite interesting. I found out that, in the UK, you can't charge an excessive amount to bail, but also, most people get released on bail, not by, their friends bailing them out, but, by the police being okay, you're not a flight risk, and you're not gonna murder someone, so you can just go, you'll be fine. Whereas in the States, it costs.
Is there zero bail?
Yeah.
You can be bailed out for free because bail has different connotations in this country. It's much more about and if
it also costs them a lot less to have you at home doing whatever you want.
Exactly. There are stipulations to bail, you'll be put under house arrest, or you'll have a curfew, or you'll have to report to the police station a certain number of times. Whereas in the States, I was looking and I was like, I wonder how much bail would cost for Raina. Let's put her as an equivalent of petty theft. Petty theft, in some states, the bail cost is $500.
Ooh.
$500.
I have to admit, I was prepared
America!
for much worse because it is the US. I was prepared for $5,000.
Yeah, me too.
But for petty
That
theft,
was the cheapest.
that's
I was gonna
probably
say,
more
that-
than the amount that you're stealing for. Petty
That
theft
was the
is
cheapest.
Oh, yeah.
is not very much.
Sometimes when I get sad about the state of this country, I think, well, at least we're not America, and then I feel sad for my American friends. Shall I finish my recap?
Yeah.
Yes, let's finish your recap. I'm so sorry for interrupting.
So that was what Raina did in the podcast last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever this comes out. The others went back to wherever it was we were staying.
The inn, the Swallow's Arms.
The Swallow's Arms, that's the one. And Toz had a cute conversation with Iona where she told her about the fact that she's gonna die, maybe, and all of that. And it was very touching and heartwarming. And then they had a little chat about Toz's mum, and it was so cute.
It was very cute.
I'm a simp for Toz. And then
We
everybody
found a
went
flamethrower.
back to the swamp where Morgan had previously spotted something glinting in the swamp, so they went under cover of night to find what it was, and it was a flamethrower, and it said Turin Brothers on it, and they definitely killed him with a flamethrower, and that's where we ended. That's pretty much all that happened, isn't it?
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so I feel like it's probably a good place to start off, is just from the three of you and Iona in the swamp with this big old flamethrower. I think Delphi and Morgan had identified what it was, and I think Toz was just holding it and cleaning the grime off of it. So I think that's probably the best place to pick up from in terms of what y'all want to do next, and also, potentially reuniting with your friend.
Yeah. So I've told them about its flamethrowerness. So this is definitely pretty conclusive, right?
Yes, and I think it's also fair to conclude that, as much as I would love to believe the police are doing their job, given the new station that you so happily pointed out, I think perhaps sharing this information with them won't work out in our favour, or Dr. Delaware's may he rest in peace.
I think that if we said we found a flamethrower in the swamp, they'd say, "No, you didn't," and then ignore us.
Yes, exactly. So what we can do is we sort of have two options here. I would like to take this point to point out we have no legal or moral or indeed work-related obligation to bring the murderers of Dr. Delaware to justice. It also seems that they had no... The reason we were interested in the murder in the first place was to see if it was someone who had any connection to these time jumps. It doesn't appear that the brothers do. We can just walk away from this if you would like to.
Researching in our approximate area of interest, but we don't know that they actually have anything useful for us.
Our other option, of course, which I am in favour for, I'd like to say, I would like to see these murderers brought to I can't say brought in a Scottish accent. It's very difficult.
It's brought.
Brought to justice. However, I think that that's not. We understand that's not going to happen within this city. So, I would suggest we contact Bastet and imply that we take one of two courses of action. The first is seeing what power they have to provide some legal support for their conviction. Also potentially informing, I would say Dr. Delaware's family, but from his will it seemed he had very little left. Another suggestion, perhaps, would be letting Bastet know the entire situation, how we believe the brothers to be involved in Dr. Delaware's death.
We've basically already...
But...
Haven't we sent a message already?
Yeah.
We have.
But not with the full account, just with a vague thing.
But we could also, if they're researching it, ask Bastet if it was a possibility that Arois could work with them and remain suspicious and vigilant for any skullduggery that may occur.
You mean go undercover with Turin Brothers?
No, I mean openly work with them, but keep in mind that they swindled someone else for their own monetary gain and may do the same to Arois. Our relationship can be mutually beneficial, but they are snakes and they will bite us when our heads are turned.
Yeah, so don't turn our heads. Or just move away from the snake.
I would say the one thing we observed is that it appeared that the vast majority of their tech in that area isn't theirs, it's Dr. Delaware's. They have no idea how it works. They're thieves, and the only person that potentially knows how it works is the person who got Raina arrested. I can't remember their name now. The person who Raina charmed as well. So we don't have the best relationship.
She wasn't a direct worker. It's Felicity we want to talk to.
Felicity is the person who we need to talk to. We don't.
Well, then why don't we go find Raina, have a conversation with Felicity, and then hope that we hear back from Bastet soon. Does that sound amenable?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I've not been around for most of this, so I'm trying to piece all of these parts together. But if the Turin brothers, so their parts were stolen from Dr. Delaware, is that correct?
That is correct.
I think so, yeah.
To my understanding,
At least some things they've stolen.
Okay, then what's their motive for killing him? Surely having him around will, create more research than they can pinch.
To hide the fact that they're doing it, he must have
found out that they were stealing and confronted them. A crime of opportunity rather than...
I see.
Exactly.
I couldn't think of a word other than passion. That's not the right... It's definitely not a crime of passion.
It might have been.
I mean, we do never know, but, like, I'm doubtful it's a crime of passion, given
No.
No, that makes sense. That
We could benefit from having access to a device like Dr. Delaware was using, and either we can get that from the university, or... But that would be hard and difficult. But if we were to take it from them...
A heist.
a heist.
Sorry,
agree
Ellie,
with
we're
you.
doing a heist now. Forget the
I
mystery.
I cannot stress enough how badly I would hinder a heist if a heist were to occur.
Be a distraction.
I'm so bad at lying.
Or
You don't even
we
need
might be able to get
lie.
it...
You just need to, like, pretend that... You just need to forget that the heist is happening and just, like, have a chat with the Turin brothers. Hypothetically. If we were to do a heist.
I think that may be a conversation that we can have with
Yes.
Bastet, because she may have a team that is different to us who are more qualified for this
I'm
kind
not
of
sure
operation.
I think if it would come down to that, I think it would be Arroway shutting the whole thing down and confiscating things under the guise of it being evidence. I don't think.
And then we'd still
Arroway
have
has
access
legal
to the
authority
equipment.
Legalize a heist.
I didn't say it had to be illegal.
For Bastet to give us permission to do a heist, I think is a bit past.
We also might not need to do this. We might be able to... Felicity might have access to these devices anyway. This might be a...
Yeah, Felicity may be able to.
Let's-
Felicity may be able to go back to the lab. Let's go and get Raina. She's probably all cold and terrified by herself. You know, she probably really needs us. So let's go and find her,
is it
and then
time?
let's get some breakfast.
What, is it late enough in the morning now that we can go and find her, do you think?
I'd say it's probably like I think it's probably like 6 a.m. by now. So if you start to make your way to the prison and hang around outside for a little bit, you might have
Alright.
you might be able to get
Yeah.
her out.
So head
quote,
directly
unquote.
to jail.
We do that.
Amazing.
Do not pass go. Do not collect £200.
So you all head to the jail, and so it's at this point it's probably like 6:30. The sun is coming up. The police station is sort of, like functionally open. Obviously, are police stations open 24/7?
Yes.
This is a question.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
Just
so.
Yes.
I would have assumed so. Yeah.
Crimes can happen anytime, Ellie.
I know. I
Someone needs to
should
keep an eye on
have.
the people they have in their jail cell to make sure they don't escape or do anything horrible to each other.
Crimes often happen at night as well. They're more common at
Yeah.
night.
You probably can't just, walk in.
I
but
meant
you could
less. I meant less like, are there people in the police station,
Oh.
and more like, could I wander in at 4 a.m. and
Probably
say
not.
I'd like to file a
No.
lost property report? Like, I
They
don't
probably
know.
wouldn't
Wait
accept a
till
lost
morning.
property report, but they'll be like they won't turn you away inherently because they if you need a police
Yeah.
officer, a
They'd
police
probably
station.
say, "Oh, that's Bob's
Yeah.
job," and he comes in at 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
I imagine it's something like a buzz-in system or like a phone number or something in our
Yeah.
world rather than
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah, I think in this
middle
world
of
they
the
probably used to have someone on the front desk who says
Yeah.
go away.
No matter what, you're outside the police station at 6:30. Are you going in? You heading in?
Sure.
Yeah.
It is open. This is the night shift police gnome that you haven't seen before, and they're quite portly and
Aww.
just sort of they look a little bit dazed, like they've not slept particularly well, and they sort of shake themselves out of a stupor. And they're like, "Can I help you?"
Yes, we're here to pay. Oh, I went Irish. Sorry.
Lol.
Hello. Yes, we're here to pay the bail for Miss Riftwood.
Right. Yes. I'll go and I'll bring you through now, he says, and is completely you get the feeling this is maybe not standard practice. He just doesn't seem to be thinking through what he's doing.
Did he come in to work high?
I think he
No.
might have been charmed.
I think he might have been charmed.
Raina.
Yes,
Totally
thank
fine
you,
when he
Am.
came into work, and maybe not so much now.
I kind of elbow Delphi and whisper something about detecting magic.
Oh yeah, sure. I can just do it.
Is charming enchantment magic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I finally figured out what colours all of the magic.
Oh yeah.
The magics. So,
Modes.
like this police station, it's kind of residual, but there's this kind of like pinkish aura everywhere. And you get the sense that there was this very, very strong enchantment magic cast here not very long ago.
Something happened.
Right.
I don't. Just big magic, but not time big magic. Different big magic.
The police officer leads you through the same way that Raina came in, so through this sort of room with like lots of filing cabinets and a very kind of cluttered desk with lots of papers, and then through into the like kind of line of jail cells, and he like walks all the way up to a jail cell, stops, looks at you, looks back at the very obviously empty jail cell, and then goes, "Who did you say you were here for?"
Raina, she's a tabaxi woman, pretty distinct. What did you do to her? Did someone come and take her?
I think we let her out already.
Oh.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah.
Can Delphi? I think Delphi's gonna. Delphi can just leave, right? No one's gonna stop her.
Yeah.
And when she gets out, she's gonna see if there's a very nice trail to follow of enchantment magic.
That's how to check.
Yes.
It's like
There's a convenient.
there's a big pointing arrow that they can follow.
Yeah, it's a big pink arrow that says
remember this
enchantment this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously like it's very faint. You know what? It's you go outside and it's not like normally magic sort of like resides in the air and kind of like in atmospheric particles, and you can't see anything like that, but you look down and sure enough you can see some faded pink paw prints.
Ah, cool. I have an inkling of what could have happened here.
I love the idea that Raina, when she casts magic, it comes out of her feet.
No, that's not what I was saying.
This is
I
Raina's
know.
bare feet. What?
Yeah, also,
Do tabaxi wear shoes?
Raina's not wearing shoes.
I don't think Raina
She's
does
not
wear shoes. She doesn't wear shoes in the art that we had, so no.
Oh, okay.
No, exactly.
I mean, cats
Sure.
have
Canonically,
great feet
no
and,
shoes.
you know, perfectly well-designed feet. There's no reason to...
So do people.
I mean,
in
like,
fairness,
gotta
we
use
do
the
have
claws.
well-designed feet.
Yeah, people don't have to wear shoes. We wear them for reasons. Like
We put the tarmac down. It's not that we're like poorly designed for our environment. It's that we poorly designed our own environment and then made ourselves wear shoes.
Okay, I think tarmac is better than, like, leaves and spiky sticks and stuff.
Not on a hot summer's day.
it's also worse for your knees. But anyway,
That is also true. Okay, so Toz and Morgan, I believe, are still in the police station. Yeah, this gnome turns around to you and they say, "I can't remember. Sorry, I think we had a Raina in last night, but she was gone this morning, and I think that she was supposed to leave. I can't remember."
Can I roll an insight check? Because at this point, Toz is like fully convinced that the Turin brothers took her.
Oh, okay, yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna say I'm rolling with a new die that I got as part of a mystery pack. I did one roll when I got it, and it was a nat 1.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's a 17.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I don't have Toz's character sheet. I have my notebook and it's usually in there. Let me just check if I have it, like the file on my computer.
Funnily enough, I was looking at it earlier today, so I should be able to...
Yeah, let me just
She
double
has
check.
+1 to insight, I think.
That sounds correct. That sounds correct.
Yes.
Okay, I've got her PDF. And we haven't leveled up since January, correct?
Don't phrase it like
Listen,
that.
when you say it like that, it sounds really bad.
We have also been in this murder mystery
I would
since
also
January.
like to remind you that you haven't won a combat since January.
I was just checking because that's the last time the file was modified. I wanted to make sure it was up to date. I do have +1 insight. Yes, that's 18.
There is no sign of forced entry. You understand that the police force here are corrupt, but you think that people would be a little bit more distressed if Raina had been, like, taken forcibly, and that there would be signs of a struggle, and there doesn't seem to have been signs of a struggle. It looks like the door was unlocked by an officer and then just left open.
May I see Raina's paperwork to confirm this?
They blink really slowly and they're like, yes, I think I'll bring you through now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and
Just for my records, you know.
of course, yeah. They bring you back through to the room with all of the, like, files and things, and they start rummaging through a filing cabinet. Toz, are you following?
Yeah, Toz is really stressed out because the fact there hasn't been a struggle makes her think more that, like, because she knows that in her head, like, the Turins have successfully bribed the police before.
Yeah.
So for her, she's freaking out.
Delphi could come back in at this point and be like,
Okay, that's fair.
and be like, hey, I think I found them.
What?
Follow me now.
Okay,
You go, I'll catch up. I just wanted to confirm the paperwork.
Okay, meet you at the pub, and Delphi is back out the door and
Or
following
you
the
could just
trail.
leave a trail of breadcrumbs.
I don't carry bread.
Follow the trail of spicy veg.
No, I'm not. That was expensive veg.
That was expensive vegetables. Okay.
What I'll do is I'll kill people as I go, and you just follow the body.
No!
Follow the trail of blood.
Toz is gonna follow
Morgan
Delphi.
just wants to make sure that the paperwork says that Raina was allowed to leave, and so that Ray doesn't just get arrested again later when this obvious charm magic wears off.
Yeah, while this police officer is looking through their filing cabinet, can you please roll me a perception check?
What?
Yes.
Please succeed, because I failed them multiple times.
Okay, perception.
gosh.
What is my perception? It is... I think it's quite high.
Don't jinx it.
Oh yeah, plus 4.
Okay.
3.
Oh my god!
I can...
Chronal shift.
Do you still have chronal
Come on,
shift?
buddy.
Do I want...
We can do it.
Would Morgan... Because I don't... Is this a deliberate perceiving?
That's true.
You're watching them do it. You're actively watching them do this, right? So you're.
I'm trying to focus. Okay, I'm going to chronally shift myself, which means I get advantage, which means I can roll again. It's going to be in that one now. I just know.
Don't say
Oh
that.
my god, it's a 4. I've got an 8.
Oh!
I got an 8. How does an 8 do?
You don't see anything.
Oh,
Okay,
Cool.
everything is fine.
Cool.
I'm
Good,
so
everything
mad.
is fine and good.
Change your dice, bestie.
This is purple and blue though, which is Morgan colours.
Those are Morgan colours. The police officer turns around and doesn't hand you. They very much keep hold of Raina's police report, and they say, "Oh yeah, it looks like we did bring in a Raina after all." It doesn't say anything about her leaving though. That's weird.
Clearly, that's just a mistake in the paperwork then.
You should probably correct that.
Do you want to roll me a persuasion check with advantage?
Persuasion check with advantage. Am I persuasive? Hell no.
No, but there's some residual charm magic in the air.
Oh, 16 minus 2.
Oh.
Yes!
Oh.
30 seconds ago. I'm so mad.
15 minus 2. So that's a 14.
Oh my
What?
god.
kind of energy is happening in tonight's recording? Because I'm terrified of it.
I'm
He
literally...
started by calling her mommy.
Yeah, this is the curse you brought
Yeah,
upon us.
exactly. This is...
Eiriol says like they didn't start it.
Yeah, because I didn't say it on the podcast. Like, someone who knows what they're doing.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so, they look at you, and you can see, like you're a little bit, like, kind of closer to them now because they're showing you the papers. Their pupils are, like, blown wide.
They
They're,
are
like,
so high right now.
enormous. They're in an altered they're clearly in an altered mental state. They look at you with just complete trust and belief and go, yeah, you know what, you're right. I think we've been getting a bit lax with our paperwork. I mean, it's just strewn everywhere at this point. Yeah, I'll and then they start, like, handwriting on this, like, printed...
Yes.
Does this thing have the printed... Does this universe have the printing press? I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Typewriters.
Yes.
It feels like it would.
They gotta have typewriters.
But also, that this might still not be printed. This might still be handwritten. It depends on whether
Yeah,
they have,
I
like,
guess.
printers or whether they have a printing press. Because the printing press is complex.
Well, I think they recently
true.
got some nice new funding, so...
Surely they have
True.
typewriters.
Yeah, they have typewriters.
Yeah, I think they've probably got, like, at least a
Yeah.
typewriter.
Yeah.
But anyway, this person's handwriting on the thing, like, Raina released without bail, no, like, case closed, no further issues.
Yes, we solved the
did it.
problem. We just
Yeah.
told them to let them
We
go.
ran away from it.
And it was fine.
Is this what being a man feels like?
Yes.
Kids, if you want to get out of a crime, just tell them to let you go and they'll do
The
it.
bricks. You just
Be a white man.
Get them high.
Confidently say,
Yeah.
hey, I think you've got this wrong. And they'll go, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but you need to get them high first,
I mean,
or else they won't
I
do
know
it.
we're all joking about it, but also, like, we are all white, and this would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this would not work, but I know, I take your point.
Yes.
just walk out. You can
Yes.
leave.
So they finish writing this down and they go, yeah, this all looks like it's in order. That looks good, and turns away and, like, files it away, and they're like, is there anything else I can help you with? Anything?
No, thank you. It was very helpful for my records. I will leave you be back to your important work now. Thank you very much. And then I hurry out after the other two and try and catch up with them.
Hey everyone, it's Ellie here. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, please consider checking out our supporter ACOS link. This is like a virtual tip jar where you can just give us a little bit of a thank you in financial form. We obviously accept thank yous in non-financial forms, and you are in no way obligated to do this. It would just be a nice cool thing. All the proceeds of that go towards things like making a web domain, investing in merch, and also compensating the lovely PCs that I have on this show, because they're great and they deserve all the love and all the riches in the world. You can find that at supporter.acast.com/deck of many aces with spaces in between the words. There's also a link right at the bottom of the episode description. Today's promo is from Shrimp and Crits. Shrimp and Crits is an actual play podcast which uses the Powered by the Apocalypse system of Monster of the Week, which is one of my favourite systems that's not D&D. However, instead of your normal gritty noir fare, it's set in the South in Florida. That gives it its kind of like unique and original spin on things. I've been listening to the first episode, it's really fun. The characters are really vibrant and the storytelling is like quite dedicated. They have created these really interesting nuanced characters, and the keeper is really good at doing like lots of cool different voices, which I really appreciate as someone who's been doing the same Irish accent for the past 5 weeks. You can check them out on Twitter, which we'll link in the description, and their trailer will be playing now. Roll the trailer.
Hey, sorry to interrupt your favorite podcast, but I'm here to tell you about Shrimp and Crits, an actual play podcast with a southern twist. My name is Ian, and I am the keeper for this show as we play Monster of the Week by Michael Sands. If you like the sound of swampy monster mayhem, gators gone shopping, and magical fairy mischief, you will be right at home in the remote panhandle town of Gullah, Florida, where spooky danger has begun to wash ashore. Shrimp and Crits is the story of Sarah Payne the Mundane.
All I'm asking for is answers. That's all I'm looking for is the truth.
Ari Green the Searcher.
You know the proclamations of the Fae. I suggest you follow them from now on.
And Ray Ray, the most mundane monstrous you will ever meet.
Mr. Zeus, I'm a big fan. I knew you were real. And Ray Ray's just like bowing in front of this swan.
As they fumble their way through protecting their skeptical town from mysterious evils. We release new episodes every other Monday on the podcatcher of your choice. Hope to see you soon in sunny Gullah.
I will say that you can catch up with them because in the meantime, I cannot believe we are 37 minutes in and the party has
Sorry,
not
Chloe.
Raina. I will say that Morgan is able to catch up with Delphi and Toz because
I can fly.
while
I just get up in the air to see where they are.
That's
That-
true.
Cool.
She's got a faster fly speed than we have movement speed.
that is much cooler than what I was going to say, which is that Toz and Delphi sort of, and Iona's there too. We always remember Iona. Toz and Delphi on the way, a black raven, animatronic raven,
Yes!
flies towards you in the sky. It's the same one that you sent to Bastet with a reply.
My
Oh,
my
thank God.
instinctual response was to like punch it out of the sky and be like, "You're not getting me this time." But that's
No! No birds! Birds are not allowed!
this. I'm finding Raina. This is the last thing we do in this episode.
So, yes, I need to find my message from Bastet.
Could you also drop this in my DMs, Ellie, please?
Yes, I'll just post it in the chat, and I'll put it in your DMs as well, so it's easy to see.
Just
Thanks, bestie.
good luck with that.
Why are you telling me? Like,
That's
I
true.
will tell Raina whatever it is, unless it's like directly antagonistic towards Raina.
oh no, I meant that Bastet's reply would be like, cool, why are you telling me?
Oh.
Why do you think I care?
New phone? Who
yeah,
this?
No, so the raven flies down perches on Toz's arm like a very well trained pet and opens its beak, and Bastet's voice comes out and says, "How did they get time-space parts? Does someone stand to gain? Profit? Little River not on our records. Records could be in library. Hope this is useful."
Yay, I'm...
Which is slightly over 25 words.
Bastet is built
Hope
different.
this is useful is not helpful, and also I feel like it would felt really weird finishing off a Bastet message without something like polite.
She's just different. Okay, Morgan has fluttered down to listen to this as well, because
let's find Raina and then kill Little River.
I don't think we need to kill them Little River that we know
Okay,
yet.
fine. But
Well, I think we know why, what the profit motive is, don't we? That they can just have cool
Yeah.
tech to sell?
It's specifically weaponry tech. They were investing it all into defense.
Yes.
It was on stealings.
Is Raina, do you have a trail? Or is that what you're following?
yes.
Oh,
And
excellent.
Delphi hasn't stopped walking. Delphi's still following this trail.
Okay, we'll hurry along.
The bird also, in its talons, has a little money
Oh,
pouch,
yes.
Oh, lovely.
with 50 GP in it.
Don't tell them that we didn't spend it.
I'm gonna just add that to my inventory.
What? No, there's four of them.
There are other business expenses. I could give it to the other. Toz
Oh my
Toz could give it to... would you like to split it? I'm happy to hold on to the money if you need it for paper or anything, but if you'd like some now, I can pass it on.
Never trust a rich person that says that.
Yeah, it's the thing of like Delphi doesn't mind that much, but our character is like Toz is too rich to hold on to this money.
Perhaps if
Toz will charge interest for holding the money.
perhaps we could have a party party bank.
Delphi will just take it and carry on walking. Like, put it in a pocket
Okay.
somewhere.
Delphi is hosting our party bank of 50 GP.
Delphi's got the party bank.
Okay.
Brilliant.
That's what I'm going to use to resurrect my familiar next time I need to do that.
Yeah, so you follow this trail and it takes you down some seriously random routes all the way to the outskirts of the city where you walk along a series of beautiful canals getting kind of clearer and clearer the further out you get from the city. And eventually you find Raina, what's Raina doing?
Raina is sitting on the edge of one of the canals, and are they... canals aren't usually that, like she wouldn't be able to sit and, dangle her feet in the water. They're
I wouldn't
usually quite...
recommend it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She can.
Yeah, you can.
I was walking
she's
on Canal earlier this morning, and you could do that, no problem.
Fair.
People swim in the Manchester
Yeah.
canals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's doing that.
They're not supposed to, but they do it.
It depends on the...
No.
Most
Yeah, it
rivers
depends.
are alright, but
Depends on the area.
It really depends on the river.
Yeah, I realised I was saying that, and I'm like, I've literally walked along the Basingstoke Canal so many times, and it's the highest level of anything. So you definitely can. Yeah, she's just sitting on the edge, sort of swelling her feet in the water a little bit. Probably not paying attention to
Hey, Raina.
anyone.
Raina, my friend.
Raina, you're okay! Oh my god, I was so worried about you!
Oh, Toz, Morgan, hello.
How are you?
I give...
I've been better.
Right.
Where?
Have
Did
you
you-
been experiencing anything? Or doing anything, perhaps? Or casting any magical spells?
I'll be honest. I don't know.
Right.
Where are we? Exactly?
Oh, we're in...
We're still in Adavan Lovers, obviously.
Yeah, we're
but-
we're just kind of around.
Okay.
Can Delphi do the concussion test, right? Where it's follow my finger. Okay.
I feel like she'll definitely fail this test.
I think usually the concussion test is you can be pretty out of it and still pass because it's
Okay.
do you have brain damage or are you just a bit freaked out and in shock?
Right, it's probably the second then.
Yeah, cool. And they're
Yeah.
So,
you're fine. Let's
yeah,
go.
You'll be happy to know you're probably not going to be arrested again. Probably.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
did you do this by accident?
What? Define what I did?
Well, you did the first time where I said you charmed the woman at the university.
Yeah.
Then I think you may have done it again, but on a grander scale at the police station.
Oh. That ain't good.
No, did you deliberately cast magic in the police station?
No, gosh no. Why would I do that?
Can I insight check that?
Ooh, spicy.
Oh, you sure can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I believe Chloe isn't lying, but Tuz doesn't believe Raina isn't lying. I rolled a 2 and I have +1 insight.
You have no idea.
Or you
Yeah.
think they're lying, whichever one's more fun.
I was gonna say, I think that's up to you. That's up to what you think would be more interesting. But either you have absolutely no idea, or you think that she's not being 100% honest with
Okay.
you.
I think that maybe finding that island place that you said with the crystals should maybe be a bit higher up the priority list if this is happening.
My brain says yes, but I have a feeling. Well, it's hard to explain. I don't think I want any of yous going near it.
Well,
I've got bad feeling.
tough luck. We're not letting you do that alone. What are you talking about?
Delphi, what colour's that crystal of yours?
It's like a pinkish blue kind of gradient between them.
You mean it's a trans flag?
It's been a year and I never realised.
Red.
Oh my gosh.
Neither did I.
Yeah, and it's also like kind. Oh,
What a read.
God damn it!
Jeez. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That's like a gut punch. I was just like, oh yeah, you know, it's this colours, and then you were like, how dare you?
That makes sense.
I mean, maybe it's a different shade.
Anyway,
I don't
what
know,
was the
but,
point? What was the point of that question, Ray? Chloe?
It was just a roleplay question, so I can continue.
Aha.
Well, I think if they're the same colour, maybe they're related to
Cool, we're going.
the ones. Oh, I didn't. need
Not
to go
now,
right
not now, but next.
Okay, I think they had something to do with whatever it was happened last night. Because I think I'd had like a dream, and I was in the dream.
What?
But now I'm not so sure.
When you say dream, was it a dream or was it more like a memory? Did it feel real?
I don't know. It felt recognisable. But like, I've dreamed about home before, I dreamed about places I've been before. So I think it was a dream. But that maybe some place I've been before.
Okay.
But I don't remember.
Well, it seems like you have ability to do some things that you can't really control or are fully aware of yet. So if we can find out something or help you not accidentally do things again for the sake of successful operations and good interaction with other parties and not being arrested, that might be a good thing. And also figure out what on earth is that kept you away for so long. Perhaps, I don't know. They may be totally unrelated, but the fact that you could... is that correct that you started to be able to do this magic in general after you came back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't even play anything before. I couldn't play the flute. It's just my mum's flute. I don't think she could play it either. I don't even know why she had it.
Could your mum do magic?
No. I've never met anyone who could do magic before I met you.
Oh, see, that she must have, right? Magic's more common than that, right?
Not necessarily. If you think about, like, if you are magic... I mean, it depends. Like, if you're magically talented in terms of learned magic, you're likely to become a scholar, if you can afford it. And if you can't afford it, you probably can't do wizard magic. So unless you met someone who was a sorcerer or a warlock...
Yeah, but they're rarer.
Yeah, she's... Well, I don't know. I think it really depends on, like, the people who were on her ship and
It seems
who
like the sort of thing
who was
where,
at
like,
sea.
every port town's probably got someone doing magic healing for a fee and
The way I'm looking at it is kind of that I feel like Raina had quite a closed kind of social circle. If that makes
and
sense,
also
growing up.
potentially didn't have the money for the magic healing.
Exactly. So I don't think they might have known about people that could do magic, but they probably never met them.
Or at least not closely.
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
I never met anyone before you.
Let's see if we can
do magic.
Puzzle things out then. Better to understand what's going on and what you can do rather than having to it just sort of happen. Next thing on the agenda.
Morgan, Morgan.
Yeah.
I know you do all of this out of like logic and reason and stuff, but it's really kind of you.
Oh,
Thank you. And Raina's gonna start crying a little bit.
And Morgan kind of pats her on the back.
Raina's gonna try and pull her arm in for a hug.
Okay. Morgan attempts to.
If she allows it.
Morgan has a -2 to hugging, unfortunately, but she will make the attempt.
It's like trying to hug a cat. It's like.
Oh my gosh!
The cat wants to be hugged.
It's all gangly and like.
But
Yeah,
it's an extra set of limbs. Remember, to coordinate.
True. Also, Raina's fur is probably not particularly soft. It's probably a little straggly.
Okay, we need to talk to some people.
Yes, a variety of people. Is it worth our time to follow up about this Littlewood person?
Little River.
Little River.
Little River.
Little River
Littlewood
was
is clearly a better name, but
So I remembered Delphi has a feat that specifically means they don't forget stuff, and it's just that I forget things a lot. But Little River is the person at the university that we talked to, right?
No, Little River is the library card we found on the ground near the scene of the death.
Oh yes. Okay. But M was a thing.
Let's go and investigate. I believe a trip to the library is in order.
Yeah.
I might want to go and chat to Felicity about her work instead.
Well, we can split. I'm happy to go to the library if someone wants to go with... What, Raina, why don't you come with me to the library?
I was going to go to the library as well, but I'm happy to...
We can split up.
I do
3 to
that
1.
much. I just...
It seems like I wanted to talk at some point to Felicity about her work, and it does seem like the rest of you aren't particularly interested in that conversation. So,
Okay, I'm just going to super politely send Iona with you, Iona, if that's alright, just because...
Of course.
We
we
won't...
need to do any tests. Not if. That sounds creepy.
I just think the Turin brothers aren't our biggest fans right now, and I'm conscious that whilst you're a very capable magic user, it may be best that you're not by yourself.
Oh, yes. I was thinking more in terms of if we got into some technical discussion and we wanted to perhaps see about helping
Do
her.
not perform any science experiments on my aunt. Thank you
I
very
wouldn't
much.
do anything invasive to your aunt.
Your aunt is standing right there.
I mean, I was
sorry,
I was going to say,
Cosmo's
I'm
aunt.
not really. I don't really know what scientific experiments entail, but they don't sound pleasant, and invasive is not a
I
word
wouldn't do anything invasive or strange.
Okay.
I don't.
You're going to have to take that second part back, buddy.
You did ask me for an item of clothing or a scrap of you asked Mr. Camarius for a scrap of his hair or something like that, so forgive me if I'm not...
Yes, but hair is not exactly important, it's just hair.
Well,
You
I
can
don't
cut it
have
off.
any, but I understand that some humanoid species are quite fond of theirs.
Oh, burn on Morgan.
Okay, so us three will go to the library, and then we'll send you to the you return to the university.
Do the library scene first, because I, out of character, can't remember what questions I wanted to ask Felicity, but
Yeah, I tell Raina everything we received from the message from Bastet, and also make sure the party know that I'm gonna plan to reply after we've gone on our little research trip, so we know more.
Cool. Okay, so we're doing library first.
Yeah.
So it's Toz, Raina, and Delphi. Sorry, I'm not awake today. Okay, so well, you're all mostly heading in the same direction because the library is in fact the university library. So you get to the part of town that's kind of the campus area, and you split off at that point. The three of you enter the library. It's a lovely building, like nice tall ceilings, very airy, very light, lots of sort of polished wood and old bookshelves. A gnome walks up to you and she says, "How can I help you? Welcome to the Adavan Lovus Library. How can we be of service?"
Hello, we have... Oh, go on, Delphi, after you.
Do you have records of citizens or staff or people who live?
Oh yes, of course. We've got the citizens' records of births and deaths and that kind of thing. It's down in the basement, so it's a little bit dank, a little bit less homey than up here. But there's a nice fireplace
and very short.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
We'll be fine.
Delphi is gonna be on hands and knees.
No, I assure you, because our university is renowned throughout the country as an institute of learning. This is actually probably the most diverse area of the city. It's a place where you'll find non-gnomish populations. So I obviously you are both on the taller side, but I should hope that at the very least it's not too much of a cramped situation for you.
It is the thing, in Growfolk City, all of the ceilings are 14 feet tall. So even it being just tall enough for Delphi is still quite cramped for them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's the kind of... the woman leads you down a flight of stairs, and like she said, it's a little bit darker. The carpet's a little bit more modern. They have installed a nice sort of... I nearly said neo-Gothic, but I don't know if Gothic styles of architecture is a thing in this city, or in this world. But they've installed a nice kind of old-fashioned fireplace in to make it a little bit homelier. And it's probably 6.5 feet, 7 feet tall of a room. So you're probably your head's probably brushing the ceiling, but you'll be fine. You'll just about cope. So yeah, the woman leads you down. She's like, "What are you looking for, out of interest?"
Someone dropped a card. We want to return it to them.
Oh gosh, of course. Was it a library card?
Yes. Right? Yes. Delphi remembers this perfectly.
Oh, okay. Well, we can put up a notice board or something if to see if anyone's lost their library card. Put it out in the front reception for anybody to pick up. What was the name on it?
Little River.
Oh, Mara.
Raina's eyes just bulged.
Mara?
Yeah, she's the one that I charmed.
Yes, Mara, the lovely tech lady.
I called it!
The one who works across in the university.
I knew it!
Well, I think Tuz kind of looks at Raina and is like, well, at least now you don't have to feel as terrible.
Why? I mean, you just found a card.
We'll talk about it.
And Delphi will whisper in their ear and be next to the place he was dragged to and dumped.
Oh.
Not a good look.
Just out of curiosity, sorry, what was your name?
Tulip.
Tulip, that's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Whoever thought of it must have put a lot of love and creativity into it, and I really appreciate it.
A lot of time and effort. No.
Yes, when my parents mulled it over for months and months, they did.
Best compliments.
So, I just did want to say, just out of curiosity, because I have a friend who's interested, my brother and my family's quite interested in academia and how that works. Is there what's the sort of policy in place to make sure that there's no replication of academic theory and ideas? What's the process for that?
Oh goodness. Well, I mean, if you're talking about the students, there's the very high anti-plagiarism. We've got a whole department devoted to anti-plagiarism. Some little anti-plagiarism wizards and warlocks. Oh no, I was about to say that warlocks of Ofcom were responsible for making sure there was no plagiarism, but we can't include Ofcom anymore because they have betrayed the queer community by pulling out of the Stonewall diversity scheme.
They can just be an evil god.
That's true. They can be an evil god.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Ofcom has changed a lot.
Yeah, that seems correct.
They are now lawful evil, probably. Yeah. That tracks. So we've got some wizards and some Ofcom warlocks who.
It can just be a variation on turn it in, right?
That's what this is. This is like a physical people going through and making sure, but also having a specific patron dedicated to being given powers that basically act like turn it in.
That's so interesting. And is that just for people? In regards to the submitted work, or is it, if say a replication without permission was to happen outside of academia, would they have any jurisdiction in that?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure they could take it up in court if there's a copyright issue or something, but I don't know. Sometimes that sort of stuff is difficult to catch unless the person who's doing the replicating is quite well known. But even then, that's not really within our jurisdiction,
Of
unfortunately.
course.
That's the law.
Yes, of course. I thought as much. But thank you very much. You've been wonderfully helpful. You don't even know.
I'm just saying, is like kind of suspicious. You say, "Oh, we want to return a card, but specifically want to look up who the person that it belongs to, instead of just handing it in a front desk." Oh, that person, and then coincidentally, what can you tell me about plagiarism and illegal idea stealing?
Listen, this lady is not being paid enough to worry about, like... Have you worked in customer service? There's some shady stuff that gets said to you and you're just like, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, yes.
Tulip has no stake in the game.
She also works in a university library where people are going to ask weird questions a lot.
You're asking about specific academic stuff. No, I do not care what's going on.
Yes, she does.
Well, she does know Mara on first name terms.
So, I was going to say, thank you very much. Delphi, Raina, is there anything else you'd like to look at, or are you happy for us to return to our place of residence?
It's a lot of books, that's all I'll say.
Well, why don't we just wait here until our friends return? We can just see if we can find out any useful information.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any cookery books?
Oh, not down here, but I'll bring you back upstairs. I'll try and find it for you. Mara's always better at this. So, do you know Mara, or is this just if you just found this?
We're acquainted.
A passing acquaintance.
Oh, okay. Thank you for getting this for her. I don't know how she's managed to lose it. It's pretty important. She works here, so. Anyway, I'll grab that off of you if that's all right. Thanks very much. But yes, cookery books are over in the corner. There is plenty here. We've got some books on the specific cuisine of Seja. We've got some stuff about Navrosh and Anteberg and the way. I think there's some history cooking books here.
What about some beginners cookbooks? Side eye at Toss.
Yes.
Oh, I blew up my mic because that joke was too hard.
Toz is very confused.
The shade. Oh yes, we've got a lovely little section over here, and she pulls out an idiot's guide to cooking.
While she's doing this, Toz has wandered off into the military history section. She does not think this concerns her.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, Delphi will look for the cuisine and standard cooking foods and things like that.
Raina finds the perfect book and then just turns around and she's like, "Oh, Toz!" And Toz is just not there. And she's like, "Oh."
While you're all here, can you please do a perception check?
Oh,
I'm blowing
Come
the dice.
on, funky dice rolls.
Well, I rolled a nice round 10, so that's fun.
I rolled a lovely round 8.
14.
I got a 16. 16, baby.
Oh, yay.
Oh, amazing.
Ellie's finally.
That finally! This is, honestly, I am learning, and what I'm learning is lower DCs for everything. Toz, as you wander over to the military history section, you come close to this large fireplace, far larger than the one downstairs, with a big old grill. You notice in the sort of bottom left-hand corner, there looks like a bit of paper that kind of looks like it was shoved in there, but it hasn't actually caught a light.
Does it look...
And the fire is out.
Cool, I grab it. Is the paper similar to the notebook?
The paper is similar to the notebook.
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
If you look at the notebook, you can see that this is the week that was missing. And written in one of the entries, in Dr. Delaware's recognisably untidy handwriting, is... Meet M at Industrial Swamp to discuss missing parts.
Yes!
Yes, got it.
Now is a good time to just super quickly pop over to Morgan and Iona.
Do you think not do that next episode?
That's
a cliffhanger.
That is a pretty good. cliffhanger.
That is a
to be
cliffhanger.
fair.
I would.
She has
I
another
think Ellie
one.
might have.
I have.
Am I
there's-
about to be attacked?
So where are you heading? You're heading back to
I'm
the
going to
university
find Felicity.
building.
I don't know where she is.
Okay.
Katie, don't know where she is.
No.
Morgan might know where Felicity is.
I don't think Morgan knows either, but you were going to the university, as far as I'm aware, right?
Would Felicity be? I think I might ask at front desk if Felicity's checked in.
The guy at reception says, "Oh, that's weird. No, Felicity hasn't checked in this morning. That's odd. She's usually on time.
Okay.
Maybe she's at home, or I mean, is there anywhere else you might find her?"
She's murdered Felicity!
Felicity got murdered, y'all.
Katie, am going at like an absolute emergency alert. Felicity's being murdered right now. Morgan has no reason to be alarmed.
No.
I know, but
Morgan's gonna say, "Oh, thanks," and then like start to walk back towards where Felicity's house is.
Perhaps she's at Dr. Delaware's house?
Dr. Delaware's house, since like there's everything that's happened there, I'd assume she'd be like there instead of at her house.
Yeah, this obviously takes you a little bit more time. As you walk to Dr. Delaware's house, you walk back past the pub, the Swallow's Arms, and you can see through the windows that Felicity isn't there. And as you get to Dr. Delaware's house, you can see the windows are dark, there is nobody there, and you get the sneaking suspicion that Felicity might not be entirely safe right now. Is Am Chisholm, Chloe Elliott, Eiriol Evans, Katie McLeod, and me, Ellie Webster. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Deck of Many Aces, or tweet at us with the hashtag DOMA. That's DOMA. We're also now on Podchaser, and if you want to leave us a nice review and tell everyone how much you love us, then that is the best place to do it. Keep an eye on our social media, because for our anniversary, that's right, we're coming up on 1 year old, which is crazy. We're going to be doing a Q&A, a whole Q&A episode dedicated to answering your questions. So if you have a burning question for myself or for the cast members or for the cast as a whole, you can tell us the question by tweeting it to us, sending us a message on Instagram or commenting on one of our Instagram posts, messaging us on Facebook or commenting on our Facebook posts. And finally, if you are having a social media break, or if you just hate the sight of anything that Mark Zuckerberg owns, you can email us at deckofmanyaces@gmail.com. Or use carrier pigeons. I don't have many other options for you, but I look forward to hearing your questions. We've already had a couple come in from Twitter, and we're so excited to answer them. To hear more of the wonderful music on the podcast, you can check out Chloe Elliott's SoundCloud, where the entire original soundtrack is, for your listening pleasure. If you also want to check out Chloe in some other things, we've got a couple things coming up. First of all, Chloe is now on Twitch, which, if you hadn't noticed from my aggressive marketing on Twitter, I am very excited about this. It's very, very cool. She is streaming on Sundays at 2 o'clock, when she'll usually be streaming The Sims, and she's streaming on one weekday evening, which is going to vary a little bit, where she's going to be playing an RPG. It's a lot of fun. It's a very supportive little community that she's already established just through being kind and nice. And if you could support her, it would mean the world to us. And also, it's just a very nice way to spend your evenings and weekends. Also, Chloe and Eiriol are both going to be in a Masks campaign with the cast of Many Things. That is coming out on the 10th of October, which is not that long at all. I'm really excited. I've been hearing a lot about this from them. I'm really excited to listen to this. I've heard lots of really good things, and I love the cast of Many Things crew, so yeah, definitely check them out. If you want to hear more of Am, then you should check her out on A Rendezvous with Destiny, a Scion actual play podcast that she helps to create. They've just released a Q&A episode, which was very fun, and I swear we're not stealing the Q&A idea from them. It's just a coincidence of timing and not stealing content, I swear. There is also the Redacted audio project, which Am has been talking about a lot. More details are going to be released from October the 7th onwards, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. I'm going to be in it, Chloe is in it. It's a lot of fun, it's a very cool concept. I'm also going to be in a different podcast, but I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you about that yet, so I will wait until next time, and I'll just leave you with this juicy little tidbit of tantalizing info. Goodness gracious me, this is a long outro. We've already mentioned our ACOS supporter link, and I won't go on about it too much because this is a long outro. But if you do have some spare cash, we'd really appreciate it. We are currently sort of deciding what to do with the money that we've earned so far, and we're really excited about the directions that we're able to go in now that we've got a little bit of funding behind us. Remember to get your questions into the Q&A. The next episode is out on October the 15th, which is just a really nice, satisfying number. And then the episode after that will be the anniversary episode, and also Ace Week. So we've got lots to look forward to in the month of October. It's spooky season, baby! Woo! I will see you in 2 weeks. Have an Ace Week. Bye!